Let's talk disabled comments. People who've seen my videos will have recognized that even on many platforms like YouTube and TikTok, that my comments have been disabled. On the one hand, it's quite frustrating. On the other hand, it brings peace of mind. Some people see it as, silencing people, being too afraid maybe of other people's opinions. It's not the case at all. Um, I'm more focused on conserving my energy. I don't mind conflict and having arguments and setting things straight and putting people in their place, but it's like a time and a place. And I often think the right audience will take the positive from what they want from the content. Negative people will find a reason to be spiteful, and maybe even project their misery onto others. And it's like I'm not giving a platform for that. I refuse. And the other thing is, I don't conform to traditional norms. So when you look at social media in general, on all platforms, it's all based on generic things, really, like accruing followers. So people become obsessed with numbers. It becomes the barometer of their success and validation to themselves. How many likes do I get? It's all status. It's so pointless and meaningless, in my opinion. Especially on YouTube, for instance. Like, I'll watch YouTube videos, and a lot of time it'll seamlessly change into another video and another video, another video. And sometimes, like, because I like to give credit where it's due. So I'll actually press back, try and get back to that original video that I liked and make sure to like it. Now, so if you haven't got likes on the videos on YouTube, it doesn't mean people didn't like it. It just might mean that the videos the algorithm just keeps pushing them forward and they didn't get a chance to like it. So what does that mean? It's irrelevant. It really is. So, with that in mind, I don't really agree with how social media is generated in the first place and how it operates. I've always had a big problem with YouTube over the years. It wasn't like I was creating content, I was watching other people's, and there'd be someone that puts their heart and soul into their content, and there'd be some cretin, some negative entity that just wants to spew all over their video, just really projecting their misery. And it's like, how hurt are you to have to do that? It's like, what does that say so much about that person? And it always bothered me. And I always hated the dislike button as well, because I thought, why allow someone, again, an ability to emphasize a disdain at something? It's like, you know how liked something is by the amount of likes they have. You can use that as a barometer. Of course, not 100%, but I don't think we should be spreading negativity in a sense. And I refuse to give it a platform. So effectively, if someone takes a dislike or something from what I say, that's up to them to create their own content in the way I do. And you'll find most trolls, they don't. They hide behind false personas. They'll leave just crap hidden behind a fake name, no profile photo, nothing actually who they are. So they have to take it a step further, and they'll have to create a channel with content. And again, most of them, even if they create content, it'll just be text or hidden behind some other video content. It won't actually be them in front of a camera like I am, talking confidently with you, actually being yourself and your real name attached to it. And that's the difference. I stand accountable, whereas trolls don't. So I'm not going to give them an easy opportunity to say anything on my content. And the other thing is, yeah, it'd be nice to have an audience you can interact with and things like that. But I say it quite often that I'm more interested in creating content and moving on. Create content, move on. I do it to help inspire people and help them overcome a circumstance. In the same way, like my books, hopefully people invest in them. It helps them grow and heal and transform their lives. But it's like, invest in yourself and then continue to grow. Meanwhile, I'll be working on my other projects. So it's like, it's great. You don't have people commenting on your work while you're working on it. It's just, you're working in the background. And that's how I've always operated. Like, even in traditional work, I like doing warehouse work. It's in the background. I like to just create. There may be a time in the future when I am in the forefront, and then I will hear opinions. But hopefully it'll be an actual genuine person and not a bot, or someone pretending to be anything other than themselves. And like I say, I recognise there'll be frustrated people who can't, even if if they say they've got something nice to say or they've got a question, I can understand how frustrating it is that maybe they can't and they really want to say something on a video. But I also recognise how frustrating it is for a negative troll to not be able to vent as well, and that actually makes me smile. It does. I just think how frustrated they must be on that video, especially when I talk about things that are quite controversial. Like, I'm really opinionated, and I see other people's content, and I see comments on other people's videos, and I'm like, some people are just dense. Like, I say my opinion, and it's like, but they think they're so intelligent, and I'm listening. I can't even be asked. I'm just gonna. I've got my own opinion on stuff, and I'll just do a video or do this. And like I say, those same people, I'm sure if they ever saw my video, it would drive them mental. And again, it's like, stop leaving comments on videos and be a content creator. And maybe that's the way social media should be in the first place. Maybe it shouldn't be about people keep leaving comments on videos. It should be people have to create their own content. If you want to share your voice, then share it in a broader way. A few lines of comment here isn't going to add too much to the content. And that's another problem. There's not enough. You can't type enough. Again, if you've got something to say of substance, create content in the same way other people do. It's like, you can't just leave a few words and then consider it substance. That's another part as well. So I understand the swings and roundabouts of it, but what I want to do is empower people to say, look, you can create content, and you don't have to give everybody a window into your life. You don't have to allow everybody a voice. It's like they can have their own voice somewhere else. It's your own peace of mind, because I talk about that, setting boundaries in your life. So you can create content, but you don't have to allow everything into you. That's not the case at all. I mean, some people do like that, so they do allow people. It's like allowing people into your home. It's like you're allowing everybody in, have an intimate moment with you. And that's great if you want it. But it's also okay to say, look, I'm not interested in this. And like I say, there'll be people that will look on it negatively, and they will say that's weak. And it's like, perceptions are really limited to the people involved, isn't it? It's like, I can understand that point of view, so I'm open-minded. I can see that perspective, that it would seem that way, and maybe in some ways it is. But in other ways, it's like there's a reason we do things. Like for me personally, I like to have my peace of mind. Like I said, I can argue with the best of them, and believe me, I rarely lose arguments because I'm too intelligent and I'm too open-minded. So I see things from so many angles, whereas most people are very narrow-minded, and they lack intelligence. Don't mean to be rude, but it's just the way it is. So they kind of get themselves stuck because they're so focused on being right all the time that they actually lose perspective of a situation, and then they become so narrow-minded to validate. It's just crazy. But like I say, I've got better things to do than waste my time with that. I've said so many times before, like, if it stops someone talking in your video, they can still create their own. But most people that would leave a comment, they don't have the confidence to create content. But then that's for them to work on, not me. It's not my fault if you don't want to create content. You see, it's not for me to make it easier for someone to speak. It's like, I'm trying to inspire people to speak up. But again, it's like, I understand that it takes a step to do the comment. For some people, that is like a huge step. But it's also a stage of, if you want to be engaging on social media, then it's up to you to create content on social media, isn't it? Rather than be a participant that just only comments. It's like, actually be a creator too, because that is far more important. But again, you don't just this is the point. Too many people feel like to share your voice, you have to leave yourself open to abuse some things. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to leave yourself open to anything. You can literally create content and get on with your life. You have that option. That's why you have the option to disable things. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. Um, yeah, so I can't silence people. Like I said, people can create their own content. They can talk on topics all they like, and that's fine. I have no power over that, but I have the power over my content. And I can't be bothered to monitor it either. Though, even if someone left a comment, let's say, and that's the other thing. You see all these content creators, the ones that are really big, they must get like thousands and thousands of comments. There's no way they see all of them. You couldn't possibly, because if you get that big, you'll see a section. It's the same if you watch a live stream. If you watch a live stream like a big content creator, I mean, I don't bother, but I've seen it in the past. I mean, it never interests me live streaming too much. But if you watch it, the content feed, the comment feed just goes mental. So someone leaves a comment, and then by the time the person's looked, you've got like maybe 50 more comments. That one's invisible. So you only see snippets because whoever's at that time you look. It's the same thing. So, like, if you was a big content creator and you had a lot of followers, then they've got comments coming up on a notification like crazy, and it says like you've got 20,000 comments. It's like, you can't look at 20,000 comments, because even if you wanted to try and look at 20,000 comments, you've still got another load coming in every minute. So it becomes meaningless, doesn't it? So then effectively it's just people talking amongst themselves, isn't it? Okay, I can understand that. Maybe you can help build a community. So, yeah, there's swings and roundabouts. Maybe one day I'll do a website. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll allow the comments back. But at the moment, it's just I just don't have interest in it though. I'm not interested in back and forth engaging particularly at the moment. I'm in more of a creative mode, so I prefer to create. And again, people always see things from their own point of view, but for the most part, it'd be negative people frustrated that they can't have their moment to vent. And it's like, well, tough shit, mate. You're going to have to find a bit more creative way to vent if it bothers you that much. But again, like I say, their next stage would be make a fake profile, make it a very weak content, maybe a bit of text on the video, and that's all it is. It's like, or voice over AI, where it's not even a human voice because they don't have the guts. This is the level of troll. First troll just spew shit without even an image on their name, and it'll say user 157. And then the next level of troll is someone that calls them Sinbad the Sailor, and it's still like no image. Then maybe it's Sinbad the sailor, and then maybe there's an image, like an avatar image, not a fake image. And then maybe they'll use a photo, but it won't even be their real photo. So this is the level of shit that comes from people. And then eventually, maybe they do make their own profile because now they're thinking, I want to spread my bio and I want to make money from this. So then they just start targeting people. And again, they won't have the confidence to talk on camera like I am with a microphone and literally be coherent and communicate articulately. No, nothing like that. It would literally just be snippets or text with an image in the background. Making so many ridiculous accusations with no substance to it and no evidence to back it up. But they'll make it sound like this is fact. And some people will jump on the bandwagon because some people love negativity. So they'll join in and it's like, believe what you want. Like in regards to my content, I don't really care because people effectively, if someone targets you, they have to come and see your content, don't they? They have to come to your profile, surely, if they've got any sort of intelligence. You can't just like believe everything you hear. So then you have to hear what I've got to say. Maybe they'll look at something I say and then they go, wait a minute, this guy seems more coherent than the idiot that's just talking nonsense. But effectively, by disabling comments, you're forcing people to go down this path. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have to work hard to make your voice heard. Then, in the same way the rest of us do. But I'm at like a far higher evolutionary stage of content creation, aren't I? I put my name out there. I am me. It is what it is. And like I said, there's these levels, and then like most trolls, they wouldn't dare put their name. They wouldn't dare put their face on camera, and yet they have the audacity to feel that people should have their comments open so they can be negative. Yeah, it is what it is. But like I said, for me, I think because like with my books, I like to create, move on. It's the same with my videos. It's like I'd rather just talk on something and then just move on with my day. Got other things to do. But I can understand how people would be frustrated. But it's not really my concern. That's the thing, isn't it? And that's what I want to help people with, because there'll be some people that like maybe they do want to create content, but they really don't want to. They don't want to deal with maybe the communication side of it. My opinion on that is you don't have to. You just create. If you've got something to say, you can say it. You don't have to worry about people's opinions on it. Who cares? So there might be a lot of people that absolutely despise me, and I don't know because the comments are off. But like, do I look like someone that gives a shit? It's like I don't care. So I could have the comments on, and I still wouldn't care if someone left something negative. I just think what a vile human being they are and how negative they are, and what misery it takes to do that. Sometimes I see videos I don't like, and you think I just want to say something, but not too negative. I just want to cause them to like. It's a lot of tarot readers. They keep talking about what's that app they keep calling? Astra. They keep talking about this bloody Astra app. They obviously must get commission from it. Every time they do a video, they're going, oh, if anyone's interested, Astra. They've done it for like months. And it's like, mate, anyone that's seen your videos heard Astra, Astra, Astra. What are you getting from it? It really annoys me because there's no transparency with that. Like, why do you keep promoting it? They're fake, But I like the content. I think's accurate, but they're sellouts. That's how I see it. And you want to say something to them like, mate, please stop the Astra. But that's negative, and then you're going to get attacked for it, which is understandable. But it's like, God damn, these people. I end up just blocking them because I'm like, I can't deal with you anymore. You're a sellout. You're a sellout. You're a sellout. You can talk about something once or twice, but to do it every video, considering you have a loyal audience, makes no sense. Everybody's hearing this; it's burning into their head. And it's just, I hate that. Just at least be transparent with what you're saying. And like I said, there's nothing really good. In my opinion, nothing really good comes from comments. Really, sometimes it's a source of laughter. Like, I'll watch a video that's maybe funny or there's something weird in it, and then you read the comments and it'll make you laugh your head off. I get that in that sense, but a lot of the other comments pointless. in all honesty. Like, there might be a tarot reading and people go, "Oh, I don't claim this energy," or, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate this. Or my situation is exactly like this." All of them comments are pointless. Now, people might feel they need to say it, but they don't. You don't. I don't leave comments. Like, say I see a video I like and it correlates with me, and I think, yeah, that makes sense. I think that's a sign. I don't tell the person, "Oh, thanks, that's a sign." I just acknowledge the sign in myself, and okay, I like the video, and I move on. I don't need to acknowledge to the bloody public and the world that sign was for me. I know that. Or, don't claim this energy. Well, don't claim the energy. You don't have to tell people you ain't going to claim the energy. Do you see what I mean? Like, I'm not a commenty person, so I don't see much validation in needing it. I just don't see the need for the comments. Like I said, it stems all the way back from YouTube back in the day when I used to see people create their content. I don't think any of the videos I watch, yes, sometimes I'll go through the comments because there might be something helpful. Like, let's say it's a gaming video and it might be helpful where someone's on a similar part of a game, and I get that, but that's discussion boards. There's discussion boards for places like that. There's websites and things you can go to, and I get it. That's the place to go to for that. I think there's no need to comment on any videos. In my opinion, if I watch a YouTube video, I'm happy to watch the content creator. I don't need to know what anyone else has got to say. I'm listening to content creator. And then when I finished, I'll like it if I like it, and then I move on to another video. But that's just how I operate. So I honestly couldn't give a shit. If someone hasn't got the balls to create their own content, then I don't necessarily need to hear from them. And I know there's a level of arrogance with that, but it's like, mate, until you're confident, until you feel comfortable to speak with your name attached to it, on camera, and actually like stand up for what you've got to say and be held accountable, it's this doesn't hold much weight because anyone can make a fake profile and talk shit, and that's just the way it is. So yeah, I'm not a commenty person. I'm not interested in any of that crap, and that's just my stance really. I just think people are just gonna have to work harder to have their voice heard and create their own profile. That's how I feel. In the same way, that's what I do. If I've got something to say, I'm going to say it myself. I'll stand by it. You see me on camera, you might think, "God damn, I can't believe you just said that." Well, I don't agree with that. That's your take on it. That's good. But it's caused a conversation, isn't it? In the same way, me talking about the comments now, some people are saying, "No, I don't agree with any of that." And I get it. Because you don't have to agree. We all see things from our own perspective, of course. But most that don't agree, I would argue, are people who don't create content. And there's no other way for them to share their voice aside from creating like a post on Facebook, which I don't like any of them platforms. Um, or it's leave a comment, isn't it? But I get it. But at some point, you've got to step out of the shadows, I think. And then if you've got something to say, then say it.